and the green flag is out. And I'll hand it off to you to take them through.
Yep, so Simoncic defending the inside from Grigoletto with Hoyer close behind. The two Porsches and Hypercar swapping positions for 4th and 5th, with Mario Tump getting ahead. And it's Grigoletto that goes around the outside of Simoncic. Looks like Prendergast has snatched the lead from Urchan. And Urchan has made a horrible start, Braden. Where is he?
Urchan is almost nowhere to be seen, perhaps part of that yellow flag all the way back now at Purcell. So not a great start from Arda Urchan, who was one of our most promising contenders. You can see maybe a little bit of damage on the right front of that vehicle.
Fabian Ballet, a driver coming from R Factor 2, who's driven for the Valet team in recent history, as well as Virtual Motorsport by TX3. He's got the outside here as they go into Lecom. Can he break later than Zach Vermack? Round the outside he goes. A wonderful move from the number 95, and Ballet gets into 5th position. The duty frees trying to get out of the way as best they can, but look at this, it's like a moving chicane as they go 3 wide down the straight here, and that is Marocek on the just behind one of the Porsche Penske. I think that's
our leader.
That's Mark Veit trying to get through, and pushing Davin Marocek onto the gravel there.
As we see Marocek continuing to try to put pressure on the 311 ahead. Ooh, bit of a lockup there. The 311 is going to go wide, and he's going to have to give up that spot. Some contact with the 59 McLaren, and a little bit of a hip check there even from the McLaren to the Hypercar, letting him know, hey, I'm still here. So we see him move to the outside there. Is he going to be able to make it work? Deep into the corner goes the leader, and that's going to be the pass for the lead.
So just a small luck-up for Grigoletto, but that was all Simoncic needed to snatch the lead.
As we see going around the outside, now Marocek going to try to make a move into the bus stop. A little bit of a lock-up side-by-side between the Penske, a little bit of contact, a bump and a bang, and Marocek is going to take that position, and opportunistically, we see Neil in the background going to try to make a move for that position as well. Yep, going to make an opportunity on the outside heading into Lacombe, and he's going to make it a little bit of a lock-up. And that's going to be a big-time move into Lecombe, going to be able to defend the position. Jules Neal going to have to reset, try to cool those tires down.
And into the pits now comes Tump then. So that is a interesting call indeed. I think Tump is the first of our leaders in the Hypercar class to make his stops here. Simoncic is giving himself a little bit more time to respond. In fact, he responds now. He's not hanging around. Really crucial that he gets out ahead of Tump here.
Irene still out on the pit lane, but Mario has now passed him. I believe that will be to take the lead, actually, I believe there. So great strategy there from Mario Tump.
Grigoletto is coming in, and it looks like Hoyer following him, as well as most of the duty-free pack now.
In that part of the pit lane, as we see a spin from our leader. Oh, maybe a half spin. He's able to save it. Mario Tump, big sideways movement there. Maybe perhaps not getting the tires fully warmed up, as we see Mitchie, despite that contact, is now coming back out on track, and I think we'll be able to maintain the lead over Tump. But where is Grigoletto?
That tells me that Michi Hoyer is double sticking the tires. Grigoletto, I think, has put some fresh ones on, which is why his stop took a little bit longer there.
Now they're going to go around the BMW side by side heading into Lecombe.
Here we go then, Davin Marocek almost alongside. All he has to do is just extend that braking zone, get it slowed down in time, and he's through into 5th in class.
Just ahead of him is one of our many McLarens in the field in orange and black. He's going to be caught up behind him. This is going to be a big opportunity for Marocek to try to make the move heading into Pouin. Defending to the left-hand side, going to move to the right, going to try to go the long way around. Will the grip hold him into that corner? And a little bit of a moment for the number 5, Mark Veit. Gonna just hang on to it, side-by-side racing for that position. 4th place goes to Marocek, and Veit gonna have to surrender that position through Pouin. An incredible move to the outside by David. Yuri Simoncic, Davin Marocek, and looks like they're gonna come into the pit lane together. That's gonna be a battle of wills now between the pit crews.
And the cars are released. They're still stationary, and it's Simoncic that's released first. Of course, him and Marocek, former teammates in the FSR World Championship at the sadly defunct Burst Esports team, but now fighting away for the lead of this race. As round the outside comes Mario Tump, and Tump splits the pair of them. He's going to come out right behind Simoncic, but ahead of Davin Marocek's Lamborghini.
Yeah, so we've now gone from having a rather varied top 5 to
here
now.
Comes Tump up the
he's
inside.
got the move to the right side. passing the grass on the cold tires in the number 20 BMW. I don't think he's going to be able to hold him off. Yeah, he's going to be able to just get in line, but the number 83 ahead is still, I believe, on old tires. So this is going to be interesting to see how Mario kind of copes with the slower traffic ahead, both in his own class and in the LMGT3s. He's going to make his way to the inside. Yes, he's got it.
Final stop then for Jene Simoncic. He can't afford to have any slip-ups here. Mitch in that other BMW is going to be streaking through any minute now, along potentially with Mario as well. As you can see, Hoyer fighting the car, those cold tires through the bus stop chicane, as we've seen so many of the Hypercars do on their outlaps here. There's Simoncic, and Simoncic has had a very short stop. In fact, he's come out ahead of Hoyer by quite some way, as Hoyer is stuck behind the two GD3s.
He comes through the bus stop for what should be the last time, and that is going to decide it. Jene Simoncic is going to take the first round of the Virtual Motorsport Series, the Pro Series. He is going to come across the line a winner. Now we still a very respectable finish here, and keeping things close between the top two here. Nothing to shake a stick at whatsoever. Still a second left. And I think Prendergast is still going to potentially take this one. This gap has closed significantly.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. This BMW seems to have held up Prendergast. He's now trying to get back through onto the lead lap there. Now he's flashing his lights. He sensed the chance of victory. I'm not sure either of them knew that the rest was still going. Now he's going to try and go around the outside of Blanchimont. And he's taken the lead. And Prendergast has led it as Prendergast run out of fuel. Oh, no. Prendergast, we thought he had it all worked out, but there wasn't quite enough fuel, and in the most dramatic of circumstances, Kamal Naui is going to win the GT3 class. Prendergast tries to cut the final chicane as
he could lose more spots. I think Wunsch may lose another spot.
Wunsch is in the pit lane. So
so he's at least going to make it across the line there. Yeah.
Hot break for Kieran Prendergast.
So it's Jene Simoncic who triumphs in the first ever VMS Pro race after a brilliantly executed strategy. Michi Hoyer had to settle for second as Mario Tump just held off the charging David Mrokcek to take the final spot on the podium. Fabio Grigoletto was fifth after leading in the early stages as Jules Neal narrowly held off Mark Veit for sixth. Aurelian Brew was eighth, Daniele Farinelli was ninth, and the top 10 was rounded out by Bert Knops. The GD3 class was defined by that dramatic finish as Kamal Naui stole victory from Kieran Prendergast on the final lap as the British driver agonisingly ran out of fuel just 2 corners from the checkered flag but was still classified second. Sebastian Wunsch used an aggressive strategy to climb onto the final step of the podium as Callum Cripps just held off a resurgent Fabien Ballet to come home fourth. Regan Mitchell was sixth. Michel Rodriguez defeated Luca Fingard after a race-long battle for 7th. Valtteri Manninen was 9th, as Zach Vermaak rounded out the top 10.